The flipped classroom, turning traditional education on its head. Many educators are experimenting with the idea of a flipped classroom model. So what is it, and why is everyone talking about it? What is the flipped classroom? The flipped classroom inverts traditional teaching methods, delivering instruction online outside of the classroom. Moving instruction outside of the classroom frees up class time to focus on rich learning tasks, one-on-one student support, applications, group work, debates, and homework. This approach allows the teacher to teach many soft skills such as collaboration, personal reflection, and problem-solving strategies, giving students the opportunity to learn how to learn and how to function in an educational setting. You teach a course where you normally lecture to students during class time. They work on homework and group assignments during their own time. What if there were a way to do the lectures outside of the class time so you could use class time to have students work on activities together? Welcome to flipping the classroom, simply speaking. In the traditional classroom, students gather in a classroom a few times a week to hear a lecture. The faculty member may show slides, play a few videos, demonstrate some concepts, or solve problems. On their own time, students work on problems and arrange times to meet to work on group projects. Some faculty are finding ways to increase student engagement and improve learning. By flipping this design, in the new model, students watch, listen to, and interact with content on their own time, and then use class time for engaging activities. Here's how it works. Say you're teaching a biology course. One week you talk about invasive animal species such as the Asian carp. Instead of lecturing, you post a few YouTube videos about the Asian carp. You also produce a video of your own, in which you show some photographs of other invasive species and talk about their origins. You want to keep each video interesting, so you keep them under 10 minutes each. To help trigger discussion, you also include some questions that you will be asking students to think and talk about during your next class session. Later in the semester, students can go back to these videos to review the key concepts to prepare for an exam or to guide a project or paper.
This year I started with the flipping school approach or flipping classroom approach for a couple of different reasons. One, I truly believe that something different we are to bring into our classrooms so the kids will be more engaged.
It's important to understand that with any new instructional strategy, students have to be prepared in order to make it effective for their own learning style, whether it's using graphic organizers or reading from a textbook or watching a video. You have to teach a student how it's the best strategy for getting the information from that.
Basically what I've been doing is I make videos for my students. They go home and they watch the videos before it's actually the lesson in the video, and then they come into class and then we have some time to do the work or do some extra activities that we wouldn't be able to do in the past. And I can spend time every single day with each student. So I really think it's going to be successful.
It only took about, I would say, 3 or 4 days for me to realize that, wait a minute, why don't I just do the whole lesson at home? Because the kids that were watching my videos would come with ready-made content questions, which there's no way that that could happen from them reading a textbook. So I started saying to the whole class, here's the whole lesson, watch the video. And by whole lesson, it's like a 10-minute video max. I try to keep them down to 5, but like a 10-minute video tops, and they would come with ready-made questions. So it took about 5 days for them to actually buy in and start watching every day.
Students generally find it to be more engaging because they can use it when necessary as a reference. They find it to be more self-directed so that they can jump into things that are relevant to them rather than be forced to sit through activities or examples that aren't necessarily the most meaningful for them.
I struggled a lot the first days when I went to classes, to my classroom, and I realized, wait a second, my approach needs to be different. I cannot be the same person as 1 year ago or 1 month ago. These kids watch these videos. I have to assume that these kids watch these videos, so I have to move on. I have to go deeper, and that takes a while to get used.
So producing videos, I had no background in at all. I Googled how to capture your screen, and Debut was one of the first things that came up. And so I started using that, and it worked. I think in general, my approach to technology is just try it, and if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then try something else. I upload my videos on YouTube. I've got my own channel. The YouTube videos are actually, I've made them public. you can make them private and just have your students allowed to see them. I've made them public just because once my students saw them, then students in other math classes that are doing the same thing were asking them to watch the videos with their username, so I just opened it to everybody, and by the end of it, like 4 classes were watching my videos.
I make most of my videos at home, and I use my Mac computer, and I have a Wacom tablet as well, and I use Camtasia software. So it's a screen capture software, really easy to use, and I like it better than some of the free screen capture softwares because I can actually edit my videos. So when I'm making my videos, I can go through, whether it's a PowerPoint, and I can annotate on it as I'm going through it. And if I make a mistake or if my kids come in and disrupt me, I just keep going. And then I edit it out after. I upload my videos on YouTube, so I set up a YouTube channel for myself and I upload all my videos there. And I use Angel as well, and the students can go through Angel and link to my YouTube videos. On YouTube, I have them unlisted right now, which means if you have the link, you can watch the video. It's not public. I just thought that that's the way I wanted to work at first, although there's no reason why I couldn't make them public at this point.
We are using a smartboard with a SmartNote software, microphone, and it allows us to capture what we want to say in a lesson. Our lessons are pre-made, so we will make a skeleton of a lesson using a notebook. And then as we go through the lesson, we would just fill out the blank pages and deliver the concepts. We upload our videos on YouTube, and then I post my links on my blog under the links, and I will tell kids on a bi-weekly basis what day is what video to be watched and what is the follow-up in a classroom.
Now I'm using the Angel site to sort of cobble together the resources I want to teach the concepts I want, the way I want to do it. And so it allows me to find videos, animations, text, websites, anything I want, put them all under the umbrella of the Angel website, and then send the students home at night to work and explore the concepts. And then in the morning, when they come in for period 2, we do activities that are based on it.
The flip method, I find it very easy to cope with because a lot of times in class, teachers get sidetracked or students can't move with their own pace. Some students work faster than others and some students work slower.
It's for everyone. I think you can do I learn visually, so it's in my face. I pause it whenever I need to. I go back when I don't understand something. It's only I don't have to follow the class, if I'm bored, I don't have to sit there and I days off because she's repeating the same thing I already know. Right? Whereas this is I don't know anything, I look at my notes and I have exactly where I want to go for a test, for my exam. I can rewind her, pause her. It's just perfect.
The teacher has more time to do one-on-one help, so they can help you with what you don't understand. So instead of spending 20 minutes explaining a lesson, it's just like a 10-minute video you can watch over and over again, and then in class they can help you with whatever you're having difficulties with and the video can't solve.
Theoretical framework. Educational technology and activity learning are 2 key components of the flipped classroom model. They both influence student learning environments in fundamental ways.
I started, again, listening to the experience of people who went to Detroit, to that school. I said, their advice was try to make these videos with another person. And this is how I invited my colleague from North Park, and we started making videos together, which is a little bit easier and more fun than when you are on your own.
I have the opportunity to, and 75 minutes of class time, to have one-on-one focus with these kids. And those that are quick learners, they need maybe 2 to 5 minutes of my time, but those that struggle, they have me for even 15-20 minutes at a time. And I think that that's what makes the flipped classroom effective. Those kids that need a one-on-one are getting it now.
I'm able to allow students to do a lot more creative work because it can be much more student-centered and student-directed. It can be certainly challenging to find the time to create that which you need or search for that which you need. And certainly finding the right way to post it and make it available to students was a learning process because I started it so early and so sort of on my own without any kind of guidance. But it was definitely beneficial because it became all about kids, and I was able to sit back and not worry about how am I going to teach all this content. I can worry about what kind of activities they're going to be doing in class.
Oftentimes, a kid wouldn't take 75 minutes at home to do their math homework, but now they had the option to do that. Or we don't only do homework in the classroom, but they have some time in class to actually get their homework done. So kids that are doing extracurriculars and kids that work after school, all of that, they have the time to watch a 10-minute video. They can, even if they don't watch it, they can watch it at the beginning of class while other kids are catching up on all their questions that they had about the video. So even time management-wise, parents preferred it and kids preferred it, yeah.
One of the biggest things I learned when I started this was I really needed to model how I wanted the students to watch the videos at home. The first day I sent them home to watch a video, and they did watch it, but they didn't really watch it like I wanted them with intent. So the next day I modeled for them, and as a class we went through the video and we summarized, we took notes together, and then we asked a question together as a class so they could really see what I wanted them to do when they were at home.
The students love it. They, in my grade 12 senior bio class, the students really, I partially flipped that class and spend 1 or 2 periods a week doing in-depth problem sessions like we did yesterday. And the students really like the extra one-on-one time to sit down and work out what an appropriate answer to a problem set really is, and then share it with other students, as opposed to just going home and kind of floundering over it.
Short videos are just one option. Audio, podcasts, voice threads, and many types of interactive media can be used as well. The main idea is to capture your presence, thoughts and guidance that would normally take place in the classroom setting. Now that your lecture is done outside the classroom, what do your students do when they get together? You can have students bring their laptops to class, work in groups, and research one of the other invasive species that you discussed in your video. Where did they come from? What impact are they having? What is being done to control them? Since they are doing this research during class time, they can get your assistance in determining good sources of information and how to interpret what they are seeing. Also, you'll get a better idea of which students are doing their fair share of work in their groups. There won't be any more excuses that students don't have time to get together for group work. If an interesting idea comes from one group, you can get the attention of the class and have a spontaneous discussion. In short, you can create a much more active environment. There are many other activities that you can do in the classroom. Have students discuss course concepts or take different sides on an issue and debate their merits. Students can share drafts of papers that they're writing and get feedback from you and other students. Students can work on difficult problem sets, share solutions, and ask for help when they get stuck. You can organize students into groups and have them answer questions about a case study, or they can write and practice a presentation about a topic of your choosing.
I'm getting the reaction from parents that they are welcoming the new approach because it's a lot of weight off of their shoulders in terms of I don't really have to provide a tutor now for my child. He or she can get one-on-one instructions in class. As far as I can provide computer and internet access and make sure that my child will watch that lesson, that's all I have to do as a parent. So the parents' reactions are really positive.
So some students have come in and said, wow, because we had one test already, and they were like, Miss, I was able to watch the video again. And I was like, yeah, I was really encouraged by that. And one of the other things was when I was modeling with them how I wanted them to watch the video, I was pausing it and then we were taking some notes. And one of the students said, this is so much better, Miss, because now I'm always so fast, I can just go at my own pace, whereas other students are slower and we're always waiting in class for them. And now, you know, if I want to just move ahead, I can. I can do it in the amount of time that I want.
I would say that my overall experience, very positive. Students which were much more engaged because there was a lot more application type stuff that I can throw in, like real world stuff, expanding on their knowledge. It was because the basics of math, I'm assuming most other subjects, but the basics of math is very boring. It's dry. It's all the applications that are interesting, and that's the part that you have time to get to if you have the students come in with the knowledge.
I mean, in the arts, we've been doing sort of that idea of a flipped model forever. It is inherently part of instrumental music or vocal music or dance or drama. I mean, you will go home and learn your script, and then you come back and you actually do the activity with your dramatic group. You go home and learn your instrument and come back to class and learn to make music with your group. That's flipped. It is, from the very beginning, it's flipped. And so in the arts, it's kind of built into our pedagogy.
There are ways of using class time for activities involving any discipline. The important thing is to get students to engage with the content of your course. Flipping your classroom involves some serious thinking about the way that you're teaching and the way students learn. So you may want to start with a single topic or week and see how it goes. The results may surprise you.
I would say to go slow, to pick expectations that require problem solving, and to flip those classes first. So you're essentially creating, tutorial sessions for the students in class, and you'll probably see a pretty good payback with that. And once you get comfortable, begin to expand the number of classes that you do.
As I'm talking to parents, especially parents of those that struggle, I'm explaining the new approach that we are using in our classroom, and a lot of parents are having like, oh wow, this is something I wish I would have had when I was in school.
You can take any kind of content in any course and make it available and allow kids to see it ahead of time, and they come back in and prepare for an activity when class begins. There are tons of videos out there. They don't really have to go out and make their own. And certainly teachers shouldn't feel that one method is the only method that they have to deal with. You don't have to have a flipped classroom every day of the week. You can have a flipped classroom 2 or 3 days a week, and that's great.
I have no doubt that this year is going to be my most successful year for my grade 11 accounting class, which is the class I'm flipping right now. Already, I have seen most of my students, they performed way better on the first test than my other classes have ever done.
Stick with it through the first week, because the students are going to find it weird and they need time to buy in. The video doesn't have to be perfect. You can and ah a couple of times and it is going to be what it is, but the point is that they get the point across, and you're going to and ah in your classroom anyway, so why not? And the last thing I would say is you yourself give it a chance.
Give it a try. It's another way of teaching, so why not?
The flipped classroom inverts traditional teaching methods, delivering instruction online outside of the classroom. Moving instruction outside of the classroom frees up class time to focus on rich learning tasks, one-on-one student support, applications, group work, debates, and homework. This approach allows the teacher to teach many soft skills such as collaboration, personal reflection, and problem-solving strategies, giving students the opportunity to learn how to learn and how to function in an educational setting.